What up, yo? What up, yo? Oh my God. Again. Week number 4. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in. I guess those are technically the same thing. Actually, it's video number 3, week number 4. Because my first video was just like the introduction, saying, hey guys, I'm going to be doing this new YouTube channel. So I'm glad I caught that, because I'm sure there was going to be someone that was like, actually, and then I was going to be like, with myself. Subscribing, there's probably been like another 30 plus people that have subscribed from last week. Thank you. A bunch of cool comments, funny comments, likes, and all the jazz. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Lots. So this week, I thought that I would do a topic that's kind of polarizing. Some people think one way about it, the other half of people think a completely different way. And you know, it's one of those, is anybody right or is anybody wrong? Like, is it truly your personal opinion on how you feel about this? Not like, is the world round or flat? Like, you flat earthers, you guys are, well, I'm not gonna, yeah. The world is round, but this one for me, you know, I often find that like culturally it will play a part in how you feel about this. So, you know, as I've said on my social media, for those of you that don't know me personally, you know, my mom, we're from Trinidad and Tobago. That's in the Caribbean, the West Indies. And culturally, West Indians can have a lot of, especially Trinis, have a lot of like folk tales. What is it? Folk what?
Wives' tales.
Old wives' tales? That's not what they call it, Trinidad. It's folklore. No, folk. They have a lot of folk something, whatever that saying is, or word. Obviously, one of them is money is the root of all evil. Now, I've never really believed that to be true. I personally think that my mom is the smartest woman I know, period. She's taught me basically everything about everything that I know. And that one I struggle with, because to this day, to this very day, my mother tries to tell me how to spend. And by spend, I mean not spend my money. Does money make you happy? Personally, I think so, yes. Now, remember, we said, does money make you happy? Cool. So if you had bags of money, let's just say, you know, Dark Knight, when the Joker robs that bank with all the guys that he then shoots, which is very, very disloyal. The first thing that everybody always says is, oh, well, money can't buy health. I agree. I completely agree. Money can't buy health. Health is wealth. I say that all the time. But wouldn't you rather be unhealthy and rich than unhealthy and poor? People like to say that having a lot of money can't make you happy, doesn't bring you happiness. And I completely disagree. For example, number 1, experiences. It costs money. It takes money to have certain experiences. Yeah, of course, you can go to a park with a ball, throw it around, and that costs nothing. Mind you, yes, of course, unless you stole the ball, you need to spend money for the ball. But you know what? I'm not gonna nitpick here. But experiences cost money. One of the biggest conversation starters, some of the best conversation I've ever had in my whole life, are conversations about places that I've been. You know, when you're at that restaurant or that bar and you strike up a conversation with that person that has an accent that you recognize from that trip, that one time you went to Prague, Vienna, Paris, wherever. And you say, hey, are you from here? No, I'm just visiting. Oh, where from? Prague. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I love Prague. Man, your beer was dope. The castle was so dope. The Jewish quarters were great. And I could have this conversation with this stranger about their native country as they're visiting mine. Like, it brings me real happiness every single time I meet a new Indian person. I went to India a couple of years ago. I spent 2.5 weeks in Goa, and it was amazing. The city, the India as a country, the people, the food, amazing. That experience was expensive. Flying to, you know, listen, I flew from Vancouver to London, London to Mumbai, Mumbai to Goa. I was actually on planes for 19 hours, and that was minus layovers. That's not cheap. It costs money. And I talk about India all the time, all the time. I mean, I could get into a cab. Wow, that was almost kind of racist. I took my mom to Italy for her birthday a couple years ago. I surprised her. That woman cried every single day, literally every single day. She'd wake up, we would go, you know, we'd walk around Rome. We went to Sicily, not Sicily, excuse me. We went to Napoli, and she made friends that she talks to this day. To this day, she talks to Diego. That cost me money to fly her there. So is it money that intrinsically makes me happy? No, but it affords certain experiences, which is why I always maintain, yeah, money makes you happy. Number 2. Things. You know, it could be that shirt, inexpensive shirt, pair of pants, those shoes, wine. Look, I drink is that in focus? There. I drink a ton of Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay, get at me, let's do something together. It costs money. A lot of our happiness is often dictated by the things that we can or cannot purchase. So if you have money, would you be able to purchase the thing that makes you happy? Much like Fonda just said. She said, well, money doesn't make you happy. The happiness that you get comes from the things that you purchase with the money. I mean, her voice is more like this. It was actually more like, money doesn't actually make you happy. It's the things that you purchase. It is how you sound. It's the things that you purchase that make you happy. That's exactly what I'm saying. That is literally what I'm saying. And people use the word literally wrong all the time. That is literally what I'm saying. It is not the intrinsic money that makes you happy. It's the things you can purchase with said money. So, does money make you happy? Yes, it does. Number 3, giving. I don't know about you, but I feel great when I can give. You know, like there have been times where my boys might be in a jam and they can't pay their cell phone bill. Here, blank friend, here's the $300 or $400. Hit me back when you have it. That made me feel good. You guys have never heard about the many times that I've, other than the guy that screwed me for $68,000, but for the most part, you don't hear about all the micro times that I toss somebody $100 or $500 or $1,000 when their car breaks down and they need a little bit of help for a couple weeks, for a month, for 2, whatever. It's money that has enabled me to help them because I had it. If I didn't have it, I couldn't help them. I would have lost out on that happiness that I felt in lending them the money. It made me happy to be able to help them, to know that they're gonna be able to get back in their car and just drive to work and take care of their kid, or to be able to use their phone, period. Or maybe it's to like buy those textbooks. There's been times where I've loaned a friend money because their textbooks were expensive, and I was like, well, how much are the textbooks? Which, by the way, those things are so expensive. Jeez, why are textbooks so expensive? 4, you could roll around naked in it. Listen, I've been talking about bags of money on the floor. If you have that kind of money, if you make it Arab money, yo, throw it wherever you want, roll around in it. It's really filthy dirt, so definitely take a shower afterwards, but you could do it. Number 5, and probably the one that's most important for me, pride. From very young, I worked for everything that I have. Never been given a single handout. Not one thing. The other day, actually, one of my managers, just the other day, she messaged me and she was like, man, I watched your YouTube video. I knew you were like a hustler, a grinder, but I didn't know you hustled like that. I was like, yeah, my whole life. I've never not had 2 jobs. Never. Not at one point in my life did I not have 2 things going on. And I'm proud of that. And while I might look at money as a scoreboard, your scoreboard doesn't matter to me. You could have 1 million, 10 million. That's you. I'm staying in my lane. Just like I stayed in my lane in the track, I'm staying in my lane when it comes to my finances. But for me, it's a scoreboard for me. There was a point before I bought my first business, I was working at the bank and I was valeting at night. So 3 nights a week, I would work at TD Canada Trust from 8 until 4 o'clock. I'd get in my car and I would speed to Joey Restaurant on Broadway for 5 or 5:30 shift. And I would valet from 5:30 to about 11 o'clock during the week, the Tuesday shift. And then I would work the Friday and Saturday shift until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. For money. So that I could save for that first business that I bought. So I could save for a piece of real estate. So I could save for a trip, a bag, whatever I wanted. Because it was my money. Nobody gave it to me, I worked for it. Now, mind you, if someone gave it to me, like if someone watches at home and you're a really wealthy lady and you want to be my sugar mama and I'm your sugar baby, listen to me. I've been saying this for a long time. Oprah, get at me. Stedman, it's time to share the wealth. I'll happily stay home if my old lady's worth $100 million. Are you kidding me? Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, there are monks living in Tibet that, gave up all of their worldly possessions, both, and they live very happy lives. But until you tell me that you want to become a Tibetan monk that gives up all of their belongings, don't give me that nonsense, man. Come on. You're not giving up your belongings to go to Tibet to be a monk. You're not. So your example is nonsense because you're not doing that yourself. You're not practicing that. No, don't shake your head at me. I'm being serious. So yeah, my personal opinion is that yeah, I think money makes you happy or can make you happy. So if you subscribe to that, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. This is YouTube. I'm sure you can go and click next and watch someone grooming their cat. You have options. Thanks for watching, guys. Click subscribe, leave a comment. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me hear, what do you think? I genuinely want to hear what you think. So leave a comment, hit like, tell a friend, get a dog so that you can then get a dog walker. If you don't like walking your own dog, dog walking is a heavy theme. But until next week, talk to you guys soon.